you know, another goddamn sequel show. Oh, what you know, another goddamn sequel show. La 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 la.
Thank you, Mike. God damn it. I would love a water. I don't know. You could have just handed it to me.
Well, that's like poor people
I'm
water.
good.
Yeah, this is like poor people water, dude. I only drink Fiji. I only drink the best. It's got silica in it. That's why it's so smooth.
Isn't that sand?
I don't know. It's some minerals, dude. The minerals are great.
This is going well.
This is how, dude.
Mike, I bought a PS4.
You did?
Yeah.
Cool, I did too.
Really?
Yeah, literally today I bought one.
What?
What?
I bought mine on Thursday.
What? How weird.
Tight, man.
I now have a Blu-ray player.
Oh, you didn't have one before? Your PS3 got.
Yeah, my PS3
Shot,
bricked,
right.
so now I have one. That's like one of the main things that interested me in a PS4.
Why didn't you just buy a Blu-ray player? They're cheap.
Well, it's
I
because
could have gave you mine because I don't need it anymore.
well, I was also kind of wanting a PS4.
I've had a PS4 for a long time now.
I've had one
Nice.
even longer.
Yeah, Brian's had one since he has the first one ever, first press,
We
first
could-
press PS4.
We could all join each other in a Back for More PS4 gaming thing.
I mean,
now.
I'm not gonna play games that you play probably. Like, what are
What?
you gonna play?
Yeah, what'd you buy?
Well, I got Horizon Zero Dawn because
Yeah.
I've heard nothing
We
but
were
good
just
stuff
talking
about
about how good
Yeah.
it is because it's great.
I haven't played it yet, but
It's very
that's
good.
what I'm looking forward to getting.
it. And then I got Until Dawn because I played. I've played a couple of other like games that are just basically movies with QuickTime events, and I've heard Until Dawn is one of those, and I actually kind of enjoyed those games. So I'm looking. It was $20.
I don't know what he just said.
Until Dawn.
What are QuickTime events?
QuickTime events
Jesus
is just when
Christ.
like a thing pops up on the screen and says press triangle, and you got to press triangle.
Oh,
But that's like the
yeah,
whole
press
game.
it fast enough though,
Yeah.
or something happens.
okay.
Or it doesn't.
And that's
Yeah.
the whole
Something
game.
doesn't
Is it's
happen.
like it's a
Yeah.
movie that plays out and who lives
Dude,
and who dies.
it's like
depending
Heavy
on your
Rain.
button
Yeah,
presses.
yeah.
It's like Heavy
Right on.
Rain or Indigo Prophecy.
It's like
yeah.
boring
Heavy
as
Rain
fuck.
is a good example.
It's like
Yeah.
super
But
boring.
it's called Until Dawn.
Yeah.
It's also pretty sure it's going to be July's free game.
Oh no.
That's if you like do the plus thing.
Sure.
Mhm.
Which is like, so the plus is so I can play online,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
but-
every month you
but
get
then you
free
get
games.
free shit too.
Yeah.
And you get
as
discounts.
long as you keep paying for your membership, you get
And
access
then
to
like
the games.
PlayStation Now is like a subscription service where you can play like older games.
I don't do that.
There's so much
Yeah.
money involved.
Yeah, so you just don't do that.
You probably have all the older games.
Probably.
You know, what I mean, there's like some I want to play, and then that's why.
Brian has never gotten rid of a video game in his entire life.
That's
Have you?
not true, but I've
What
been
have you?
very
How many video
fucking-
games have you gotten rid of?
Not a lot,
Probably
but
5.
sold my Dreamcast originally. I was really mad about
Yeah,
it.
so like
Whoa.
five games.
So I
Probably.
have another Dreamcast though, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Did you still have your old Dreamcast games, or did you sell those
No,
too?
I sold all that.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
a shame.
So why'd you do it,
I don't remember.
dumbass?
I also sold my Nintendo 64 for a PlayStation, and it was the best decision.
That's trading up, man.
no, man.
It
But that
is.
was back in the day, you
N64 is
mean?
great.
or
Yes,
Fuck
like-
you.
that was
okay.
in like 1990 something.
When he
Nice.
was 20.
That was
He
not
was
quite.
20 back. Oh, so we're back for more.
We're back for more.
I'm David.
I'm Brian.
And who's that? We have a special guest today.
Special guest joining us,
My name is Kyle.
Kyle. Nice
It's
to
good
meet
to have you. Have you
Yeah.
ever podcasted before?
No, I'm
This is-
excited to see what. Am I doing it? This is the
Yeah, this is
okay.
it,
This is
man.
how it
I,
works.
I talk into this thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's called a microphone.
Cool.
And my name's Mike.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Nice to meet you, Kyle.
You too, man.
So what have you been doing? What's the deal? Where have you been? What's going on?
Just been busy with shit, dude.
I don't know, man. I just
Thought summer was gonna be like chill. It's not chill.
No.
it's so not chill that you rearrange the office for no reason.
I mean,
I've just been so busy.
So
I had
busy.
To rearrange the
I
office.
had to take time out of my
it
day.
looks. I feel like it looks like shit right now, but
It
like,
looks fine, but like it's just weird that I've walked into this office like 3 separate times, and I'm like, why is everything
Yeah.
moved? It's weird.
Sorry.
It looks like a business now. Like you would come in and there's just somebody sitting behind the desk
Well,
doing something.
It's kind of what it used to look like.
That's what. Yeah, like that's where that
but,
used to be.
But the podcasting table was still over there,
And
and then we
And we
added the
didn't
couch
have- we didn't have a
recently,
couch.
like pretty recently. So we just kind of do like a quadrant, like so it could be like a viewing area or whatever, because we have the TV's monitor set up desk, obviously, for anybody who needs to edit or whatever. And then this is kind of like, will be like our put cool shit. Like Dave could add more shelves or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Cool shit wall.
Yeah. Just kind of just trying to like make better use of the space rather than having it like all.
I do like the table placement because this is kind of like the square section of the room. It makes sense the round table's in the middle of it
Sure.
rather than like the rectangle it was set off to before.
It's funny
just
because like we originally set it up and I was like, you know what, it's too claustrophobic, and just literally tilted the table like 30 degrees, and then now, you know what I mean, like Dave's back's not against the wall. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like it. This is so boring. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this
That's
podcast.
what that's what happens when Kyle's on a fucking podcast. Bore everyone to
You
death.
know it's going to be a riveting, exciting podcast when I talk about squares.
Yeah. Okay.
So I got sequel news. Who wants to go first? You got sequel news?
Yeah, but we probably have some of the same stuff. So
I mean, do we? Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
I'll go first.
Why?
'Cause I only have one small
Okay,
thing.
what is it?
okay.
And it's
Your
only
dick?
it's really just for Kyle. I just heard today. You probably already know about it, Kyle.
Yeah.
Bad Boys for Life.
Oh yeah. No, I've known about that for a while. Yeah.
I just found out about it today. Another Bad Boys movie is going to be coming out.
Yeah. Like I remember Joe Carnahan like wrote it. He's tight. But I don't know if he's still directing it or no. But do you know anything about it?
All I know is that it's going to be what's their names again?
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Yes, they'll be coming.
They're back.
They're back for it.
Yeah. Good.
It's not like a reboot.
They're
or
back for
nothing.
more.
They're back for more.
No, yeah, that is pretty cool.
And that's
actually.
the third one, right?
Yeah.
It threw me off
Dude,
because it
they're
said
all
Bad Boys for Life.
Bad
and I was
Boys and Bad
assuming
Boys
it was
2 are
going to
so
be the
good,
fourth
though.
one, but it's
Oh, for sure. No,
no.
they just needed another sequel title, I guess.
All right.
And maybe it's for like some people, like the younger generation, to not realize that it's like the third movie, and they would still just kind of like go and invest in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, that's interesting. Anybody else have anything to say about that?
No, it's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
small thing.
All right, I'm just
Good.
gonna roll through mine real quick. All right. I don't know how big of a fan of Deep Blue Sea you guys
This
are.
is one of mine. So,
Okay.
So
Well,
continue.
it's Deep Blue Sea 2 is headed straight for the Sci-Fi Channel. They're trying to do more original content, kind of be like the subscription service that's still on cable in a way. Like they're just trying to do a lot more original content.
Does it have LL Cool J?
No, I don't think any of the original cast
Well,
is
what's
returning,
the
which is
point?
I know.
What's
And
the
it's
point?
going to be like I think it's like a hostage situation.
What, the sharks holding the hostage?
No, there's like pirates took over a ship, and then
What
the
year
Navy,
is this taking
Navy
place in?
SEALs have to come and like take them out. I mean,
And then
probably
and then
current day.
super intelligent sharks.
I
get
heard
thrown
it's
into
the
mix.
director of Tales from the Hood.
Whoa, we'll see. There we go. Now we're talking.
There's a tidbit.
Guys, did you see what Michelle Rodriguez said about Fast and Furious franchise?
No, I did not.
Well, she's considering leaving if they don't start putting better roles for like her or other female characters in the
What do you mean
franchise.
better roles? I think she has a
Like-
great role.
Just, more stuff to chew on, more important female perspective, I guess.
That's fair. They've probably already got the next 5 movies planned out, though. So
yeah. So she might be, but I mean, she might be thinking, she might be out soon anyway. Whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what's paying her
Like, does it
bills the
even
most part.
matter? Let her walk.
Yeah.
They don't need her.
They could easily
Yeah.
write her out. Whatever. They've done it
They're
before.
all-
do it again.
Everybody that is not fucking Vin Diesel or The Rock is replaceable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I
Like-
agree. I full-heartedly agree.
and The Rock
And
is a
Ludacris.
recent addition.
Forgot Ludacris. You can't replace him.
You cannot replace
And
Luda.
Tyrese. Damn,
Luda.
I'm way
Luda.
off on this.
Yeah.
Honestly, no one's replaceable.
Yeah, except for Michelle Rodriguez.
Jason Statham could probably walk too, and it would be all right. But I love that guy.
Yeah, he's too new to care about. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about him.
That's true.
The head of Marvel just said the other day, this is related to tonight's episode, that Blade could possibly return one day because Marvel has the rights back now.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no.
So
Nice.
we'll
Be
see what
sick.
happens because
Hell
like after watching this movie.
By
it's
the way,
just
we're
like-
doing Blade 2 tonight.
Yeah.
After watching this
title
movie though,
doesn't
it's
give it
like
away.
when these came out, it's like one, we did not have a lot of superhero movies. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't that age, but like we have like a kick-ass black
Yeah.
This is-
superhero
this is
guy.
That was
like,
that was a
Yeah.
big talking point that
And-
I'm sure we all probably had
sure,
actually.
exactly,
'cause
yeah. Because I mean, like
superhero movies were terrible, and they
Because I mean, recently there's been a lot of news, obviously, about Luke Cage and like how cool that is to have like that colorful representation like on the screen again. And it's just like fuck yeah,
Blade
they've been doing
was
it for a
so
while.
ahead
Yeah,
of his time.
exactly. It really was, and it's just something really interesting to realize. The Accountant is getting a sequel with Ben
Heard
Affleck.
about that, yeah.
Okay, I don't know how big.
I'm
of a
down
deal
with
that is.
that.
I
I
still
didn't
haven't
know
seen
that
the
was
original, but I've heard a lot of good things.
It's like decent. It's a
Yeah.
good movie. It's a fun movie.
I didn't like. I haven't seen it, but it didn't seem like the kind of movie that would have a sequel. Is there?
No,
Like,
yeah. Did you like see potential for a sequel when that?
I don't think. I
when
don't
the
remember.
credits rolled?
I don't remember anything about
Okay.
that movie. He's
Um,
autistic. That's the only thing I remember.
My last thing I want to contribute is maybe do you have this
For
too,
the
Dave?
whole podcast or just this
No,
part
no, no,
of
just
it?
for this news.
yeah,
this
and then
little
it
news
gets up and
portion.
walks out.
Yeah.
So Jake Busey is going to be in the new Predator
I saw
movie.
that.
I did
Oh,
see that,
I
yeah.
saw it.
And he's
He's
playing
playing
his
his son.
father's son.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought that was obviously really appropriate for this podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There's not much more details about it, but he is playing the role.
It's gonna
of
be amazing.
his dad's character
son.
son. Yeah.
It's gonna be
That's
incredible.
so good.
It really is because we just talked about them recently too. Like,
Mhm.
right? We talked about Jake Busey in the Starship Troopers segments, and hell yeah, dude.
It's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
be cool.
I thought I didn't even know he acted anymore. Honestly, just because I haven't
I
seen
mean,
him.
he
in
probably
anything.
doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just gonna
He's
be in a
got a
movie.
call.
Doesn't mean he has to act.
I mean, pretty much described it as like Shane Black called him as like, "Hey, you want to be in this thing?" And he's like, "Sure."
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You think
Nice.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid's gonna be in it?
No.
No.
Oh,
Good joke.
Thanks.
All right, so I have some sequel news also.
All right.
I sent you guys a link to the Cult of Chucky trailer. I don't know if you guys watched
yep.
that.
I
don't
watched
know.
it.
I didn't.
I did.
No, of course you didn't.
I
Fucker.
don't really have any interest in that series.
What the fuck? That has nothing to do with this podcast. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I don't have an interest in the Blade series, but I watched the movie so we could fucking talk about it.
Why did you just send
God,
me a
you're
link
so-
to a trailer? I was like,
Fucking prick, dude.
And then he said, "Hey, you should watch
yeah,
these, and
it's
we
like
could
you
talk
guys-
about
Yeah, but now I guess we just don't talk about. Whatever.
3 people
Whatever.
watched it. I don't.
Yeah.
I can be the what?
Yeah, what do you
I
guys-
can be the question guy.
How do you guys feel about the trailer?
Yeah. What was it like?
Well, I watched it, and it's like, it didn't seem like a Chucky movie. Like I expect Chucky movies to be kind of funny and goofy,
Well,
but
you
it's
haven't
like
seen the last one, probably. So,
I haven't. No.
what
It's
is
not
it called?
funny or goofy.
I mean, it still has like one-liners, but it's just like shitty. This one does look a little more serious, but
That's what threw me off. Is like I'm watching it, and I'm like, it doesn't have to be Chucky. Like it could be about Annabelle. Like it may as well be.
But I
Annabelle or
mean-
something.
they weren't really funny until Bride of Chucky.
yeah, it's true. I mean, he
He
had,
had some one-liners, but
Yeah.
they were like fairly serious movies.
That's
and then
fair.
until Bride of Chucky.
I
and
don't
then-
even like these movies.
Yeah,
I
they're
just thought
not
it was
that good. They're
interesting.
not very good.
I mean, like dolls are not scary in any way to me.
Unless
so.
they have like a knife.
Which is the
No,
one
it's
where?
still not scary to me. I will
Which is
beat
the one
the
they did
fuck
like
out
the
of it.
war reenactment or like
Three.
Dude, I loved that movie.
Everybody
I used to watch it on
hates that
repeat.
one.
Really?
Because
I mean, that's like one of my favorites, dude.
Still to this day, when I see somebody like sacrifice themselves, I think about the kid who jumped on the grenade in that movie to like sacrifice himself.
Yeah, that's so
and
weird.
save everybody.
Child's Play grenade. Not like every other war movie
Yeah,
that's got
not,
good
not
things
like an
in it.
important war movie, just like the Child's Play.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Child's Play
that's,
3.
that's what I go back to. It's like, oh yeah, just like
So
that one
weird.
scene.
No, but like the last Child's Play, or the last Chucky movie, I forgot what it's called. I already forgot. I don't know. It was
Is that
it was
the
horrible.
Curse of Chucky?
The Curse of Chucky.
Chucky
It was
Reborn?
horrible.
It was,
What's this
yeah,
one
it was
called?
bad.
The
The
cult.
cult,
of Chucky.
the cult of Chucky.
oh, tight.
This one looks bad, but it looks better than
Yeah,
the last
it,
one.
it
so,
looked all right.
Yeah,
I feel like
I'll
that
watch
it looked all right.
was the last one like straight to VOD too?
I'm sure.
Yeah,
think
they're
it
not
was,
they're not
right?
putting that shit in theaters anymore.
Nobody gives a fuck about
Yeah.
a goddamn doll, except for Annabelle
That's why
apparently.
I didn't
But
watch the trailer.
yeah, fuck you. Also, Jumanji. I mean, I'm kind of breaking my own rule with
Yes.
this one, but I think we should do that for
What?
the podcast.
I don't.
but-
It's they're considering it a sequel.
Oh, it's a sequel. Okay,
Yeah.
we're totally doing Jumanji
Yeah,
for
it
this
looks-
fucking
it looks
podcast.
great.
It does.
It looks fucking amazing.
It really does.
What do you think, Mike?
I think it looks fantastic.
It looks
Just
incredible.
the idea of like at first it's like these kids it's like I don't care about any of these people and then they become
Before I
everybody
came
I
here-
do care about.
Yeah, before yeah, exactly. Before I came here, I got in an argument with fucking Adam Thorlson. Fuck you, Adam, if you listen to this. He was like, "It looks terrible," and I almost beat his fucking ass. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? It looks amazing. It looks so good." But yeah, we definitely have to do that for the podcast
I mean, I'm down.
It looks like it's gonna be a riot.
for sure. A riot. So Deep Blue Sea 2. We already.
I mean,
talked
like
about
a
that.
girl gets transformed into Jack Black.
How is
just
that? Yeah.
yeah.
Like how is that not good?
hilarious. Like I can't even right.
So I have one more
love
piece of sequel
Better
news.
be the best one yet.
I think it's pretty good. So there's a new Of the Dead movie coming out.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And-
is it a Romero?
He's involved, but he's not helming it.
Okay.
So it's like the last Phantasm that came out. Like I forget his name, Don True.
I don't remember.
Don True.
Yeah,
that
sure.
guy.
He directed the other ones, but like he just like was involved with the last one, but he gave it to somebody else to direct. It's like that. It's called Road of the Dead.
Whoa.
And let me pull my phone up. Let me read you a couple things about it.
Should've did
Yeah,
it
because
already.
I can't even like he
Ro-
did two
Road Dead
more
would be
after
such a
Land
better
of the Dead,
title.
right?
Diary.
Diary of the Dead, and is there another one after that?
Yeah,
I
there's
thought there was another
there
one. like
was. I don't
was
remember
Diary
what
of the
it's
Dead the found footage one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
I
one
think
was terrible.
Diary. I think Diary was the last one.
I thought there was one more, but I might
Pretty
be
sh-
off base on that.
I think you're off
I
base.
feel like there was another
Okay,
one,
so
too.
let me read you some stuff
I don't know.
about Road of the Dead. The story is set on an island where zombie prisoners race cars in a modern-day coliseum for entertainment of wealthy humans.
I'm in.
I'm so fucking in.
What?
It's great.
Berman describes the project as Road Warrior meets rollerball at a NASCAR race with significant inspiration from Ben-Hur.
Okay.
I'm so in. It's ridiculous.
I like that none of those movies have anything to do with zombies.
Is that theatrical?
Well, yeah,
or what?
it makes me think. I doubt it's theatrical. It's probably straight to
Okay.
fucking. It might be though. I don't know.
It's probably not going to be.
I don't know. Land of the Dead wasn't it?
Yeah.
Land
That
of
was-
the Dead
that
was,
was a long time
but
ago.
Diary
That
of
was
the Dead
theater,
was.
yeah.
Diary wasn't. Yeah.
That's a good movie. I fucking love that movie, Land of the Dead. No, but I am very in for Road of the Dead. So
That sounds
Bring it.
crazy. I like
I
that
think
angle too because that's like one of the things I loved about Day of the Dead was smart zombie.
yeah.
Like a zombie that's starting to show signs of intelligence.
What about
able to
Land
use
of the
weapons.
Dead? They're even smarter there.
Yeah, like he's even like feeling bad for his fellow zombies dying, and I
Yeah.
like that kind of
He's all,
progression.
I mean, what I think is best about Romero stuff is that like each movie is like a different way of life.
It's the same
For
movie
Survival
except
of the
for
Dead.
with zombies though.
Survival of the Dead.
He
What,
had
what
to-
is that one though?
I don't remember. Fucking Survival of the Dead came after Diary.
Whew.
Bull.
That's like the most.
Bull.
That's their other Romero one though. Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was on that one.
I knew
yeah.
there was another one. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was. I
Yeah.
thought there was another one, but that one just.
You guys are
under the
stupid.
radar.
Fuck you, dude. No, yeah, Romero just keeps making the same movie over and over again, except for different.
Oh wait, yeah, wait. That one takes place in like Scotland or something, doesn't it? It's like
I don't know.
Don't ask, dude.
I
we,
saw it
We
once.
just
Yeah,
looked it
recall
up.
this now.
I watched
I
it
know.
once,
I've never watched
and
it.
that was I don't remember it.
I've
at
probably
all.
seen clips of it, and that's how I knew it existed. But that's
Sure.
as far as it's gone.
sure.
That's all the sequel news, by the way.
Well, that's a good chunk of news, though. I am excited about Jumanji because I like that premise, though.
I want to talk about
Jumanji.
Jumanji?
Jumanji.
Jumanji, dude.
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Now it all sounds wrong.
No, Jumanji sounds right, man.
Yeah.
Jumanji sounds
Jumanji.
stupid as fuck, and
Jumanji?
I'm very upset right now.
Well, it's like it's a video game. Oh, it's just,
I feel like you should call it Jumanji.
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 It's probably the correct
Jumanji?
pronunciation.
Fuck you, dude.
Anybody see Baby Driver here?
No.
I haven't,
that
but I
out?
want to.
Yeah.
Oh, the trailer for it looked pretty good.
Yeah. And reviews have been amazing. Word of mouth has been crazy. I think people need to like check their expectations at the door though, because I liked it, but like
Yeah, people are like flipping
I
shit
do
over
not
it.
think it lives up to the hype in any sense of that word. I don't know, but that might just be me. Again, I might have gone in there with too high of
high of
expectations because
yeah.
like I just
He
feel
was
like the
too
movie-
high when he went
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why.
what it was. I feel like the movie forgot what it was for a while.
What is
and then
it? I don't
came
even know
back.
it. Like,
It's just
I
like
mean-
this kid he's a getaway driver.
So
And-
they just made like
but there's,
Teenager
like,
Drive.
soundtrack, yeah, basically.
Yeah, I was thinking it's
He
like
listens to
it's-
music because he has like a hum in his ear from an accident when he was
I
younger,
honestly
and,
have
like-
no interest in seeing it. Like I've seen the trailer 400 times.
I mean, if you
and
like Edgar Wright, you're gonna
people,
like it, but-
people said it was great, and I'm just like, it's a kid that drives with music on. I don't
Yeah.
care. I really don't
Some
care.
good characters in it. It's like it's pretty well. It's just like it feels like it's over 2 hours long, and I believe it's less than 2 hours. So it's like
Whoa.
there's that issue, right? And then I saw
Maybe
another
maybe
movie,
I'll
The
wait.
Beguiled, which I would highly fucking recommend to anybody. So
What
great.
about me?
Like
Said
seriously.
anybody.
Yeah,
It's
but I'm not
this
anybody.
women's school, like
Yeah,
with
you're
like
nobody.
4
Yeah,
students in the South during the Civil War, and they
That's too old.
They
Dude, I'm
take in
falling
they
asleep.
take in a hurt
So yellow.
Union soldier,
Yep.
and then it's just all sexual tension after that, and it ends. You don't see it coming. It's fucking. It's great. It's truly great.
I didn't listen to anything that you said.
But
It's
Beguiled
something about the
over
Civil
Baby
War and
Driver
sexual
any day.
tension,
Yeah.
so it's something Kyle would love.
Sounds
Lost
boring as
interest in
fuck.
Civil War.
Yeah, man. Dude, I just thought of medieval times and people
Sexual tension.
Horses and
boring,
shit.
boring ass times, and I'm just you don't get it because this was the last episode.
Yeah, that you missed.
Yeah, you missed.
Do you have any comments? I guess.
But anyway, I would
No, we
highly,
don't-
I would highly
we're done
recommend
with
people
that.
who listen to go see Beguiled. It's really good.
No.
Have you ever seen Army of Darkness?
No,
Have you ever seen Texas
actually, that's a
Chainsaw
lie.
Next
I have
Generation?
seen it. I was just like too young to remember.
Have you ever seen Texas
No.
Chainsaw Next Generation?
No, and I haven't listened to the episodes yet, but I'm sure they're great.
I mean, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one is definitely great.
Is it?
I don't know about the other one. The other one's fine, I think.
It's good.
but-
Yeah, I liked it. I
It's
ended.
good,
I
yeah.
listened to it and I thought it was pretty funny.
Really, I only like the episodes from my picks, anyways. So I don't like any of the other episodes. They're just like boring and all medieval timesy.
Speaking of picks, tonight's pick.
Is
Blade 2, we already said that.
oh yeah, it's
Oh
Blade
yeah,
2.
yeah.
Blade
No, it's
two.
kind of like spoilers.
Blade two.
Yeah.
It's Blade 2, not Blade 1, not Blade 3. It's Blade 2.
Yeah.
Mike, what happens in this goddamn movie?
Oh, and Blade 2. Let me.
Oh,
get
yeah,
out
well,
my
Oh my god, we're
synopsis.
so
Yeah.
unprepared tonight.
Can you please hurry up? Cricket, cricket, cricket.
I mean, you could edit it out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Anyway, Blade 2 opens with some shitty blood bank in where was it? Prague. But
Very unimportant.
It's
Why-
basically to introduce the
is it
main
shitty?
villain Nomak.
Why is it shitty? What do you mean by shitty?
It's a very rundown, gross-looking blood
Okay.
bank.
Okay.
It's shitty.
It's not like a bad blood bank.
I mean, it's pretty.
It could
No,
be a
it's
bad
like
blood
run by
bank.
vampires.
Did you watch
man.
the movie?
But I
'Cause
mean,
it's like,
it seems
it's
like-
a bad blood bank.
It's a
Like,
shitty
that's-
blood bank. It's a blood bank no one wants to go to except for
I mean,
guys
is,
that
is
bring
that the
blood
place
in
you can get like
jars.
Hawaiian ice, or was that later?
that was later.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill
They'll
myself.
just buy
But
it.
anyway, it's
Yeah.
just there to introduce Nomak, who's like some kind of guy that hates vampires, and then we introduce Blade with a
He's
monologue.
not a guy that hates vampires.
That's all we
man.
know about him right now.
Sorry, I'll shut up. I'll shut the fuck up.
Jesus Christ! Can you get the fuck off of this podcast? Goddamn it! It was so much easier without you.
But I mean, like right away, I know he's not a fucking dude.
He's a dude.
No, you're right. You do know he's like some kind of monster guy because he does
Some
like.
kind of monster. Shout out to all my Metallica fans out there.
But then we introduce Blade in a monologue, and then also
Yeah,
find out what he did in the last movie.
Great monologue.
shitty monologue.
Love it. That's the best
It's
part of the
fucking
movie.
terrible. You're an idiot.
That's the best part of the
You're,
movie.
You're a fucking moron.
I
dude.
mean, it's all
I will
downhill
fight you.
from
I will
there,
jump
Jay.
across this
So
table
it's
and beat your
objectively
ass.
wrong.
But anyway, we join Blade as he's going in, beating people up to get back Whistler. And he gets back Whistler, takes him
Yeah.
back to home base, and we meet Norman Reedus, also known as Scud in this movie. And Scud's the guy that's been helping out Blade the whole time while Whistler's been gone. But anyway, they cure Whistler, and then all of a sudden they get attacked by vampire ninjas. And these vampire ninjas have been sent from the
Why are you-
vampire government.
So true.
That's
It-
what
they-
they
yeah.
were.
No, I know. I'm laughing
Yeah,
because
I didn't realize. Like, I was watching this movie. I'm like, this is like a fucking vampire kung fu movie. This is crazy.
Very action oriented.
And then it turns out those vampire ninjas were sent by the vampire government with the vampire president because they
What?
need Blade's help fighting Nomak. And so Blade joins them at the vampire state capital. And they meet the vampire president. And then the vampire president reveals to him that there's a new breed of vampire that's able to vampire other vampires.
Vamp,
Super vamp.
vamp
Yeah.
out,
And they
Vamp.
call them Reapers. So those are they can Reaper other vampires into Reapers. And
the
they
Reapers.
need
You're like
Blade's help.
making me forget what happened in this movie because you're just saying all
They
these
need
words.
Blade's help. They need Blade's help
Ron
to stop him.
Perlman
Ron
needs-
Perlman
needs-
is the lead of a team of vampires.
He's not the lead.
He's the former leader of a team of vampires that were
Do you want to fucking do this from now on, Kyle? What the fuck, man?
They've been fucking training for 2 years.
to capture Blade, but
Yeah.
now they have to
Now they
join
have to work
him.
with him.
I want to know what that training schedule looks
My
like.
favorite, I
What they
think,
do.
other than that opening monologue that kicked ass, fuck you. The best part of this movie is the fact that Ron Perlman never takes his sunglasses off. And continue.
So Blade beats up Ron Perlman to show that he's the real boss of the team, and they all go after Nomak. And
Puts
they,
a bomb on the back of his head.
Wait,
By
when
the way,
did this president thing happen?
That was when they went to the vampire state capitol building. Remember? And the vampire president like introduces them, and there's a human lawyer there.
Did you even watch the movie?
yeah, dude.
You remember all this?
I'm
now.
sorry. I just thought it was out of a different order. I apologize.
No, that happened before.
Okay.
Oh my god.
But anyway, it turns out one of the vampire ninjas is a lady. and
Either
her
way,
name's
he didn't meet a fucking
Nissa.
president of vampires. So shut the fuck up.
This guy was totally vampire president.
I can't believe this podcast right now.
But anyway,
But anyway,
they all go into Europe and they go to like some kind of bar. They go to like some kind of vampire nightclub where all the vampires are hanging out doing shit to each other. And
doing cool ass
Wait, do they
vampire
go to
shit.
Europe?
yeah, they're in Europe now, bro.
Dude.
Wait, did that really happen? Like honestly, did they go to Europe?
Yes, they go to where.
Okay.
Yeah, so they all go to Europe, where they're at. a
I'm not gonna
vampire
lie. I
nightclub.
barely watched this movie. I was barely paying attention.
But you knew they went to
But
Europe.
I knew all of these things that Mike is saying.
Oh wait, yeah, I do remember they went to Europe.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna kill myself.
All right, so while they're at
Hey,
the
does
vampire
anyone
nightclub-
else want to be on this
I'll
podcast
shut up.
besides Kyle? Because anyone.
So while they're at the vampire nightclub, the Reapers attack. And the Reapers are all kinds of crazy strong, and they take down one of the vampire team guys, but they're able to fight him off. And after fighting him off, they're able to get one of the Reapers and kind of examine him. And when they examine him, they find out how crazy weird these
Did you not
Reapers
remember
are.
that shit too?
No, I'm just pretty sure they didn't go to Europe. Like, how'd they get all the equipment in the van in the fucking warehouse over there? Like explain that. How? That's not true.
It's not important.
Okay.
God
All
damn
right.
it.
I'm
They didn't go
literally
to fucking
about
Europe.
to blow
Like,
my
I
fucking
understand
brains out.
Nomak was in Europe for a
Can
while,
we just
but
get
like
through
they didn't go
the
to fucking
intro
Europe.
here?
I would like to say what I feel about this movie at some point. That's all I'm saying. But anyway,
So anyway, they're examining one of the Reapers, and they find out that these guys are like crazy different. They're immune to silver. They're immune to garlic. Any part of their body functions without the brain. It's like always thirsty for blood and stuff like that. And then they also find out that they're dying super fast. That they're all like jonesing for blood so bad that if they don't get it within a couple hours, they're fucking dead. And so the virus is gonna like burn through itself in no time. But the leader doesn't have this problem. Nomak doesn't have the bloodthirst problem. So that's what if they kill Nomak, the virus is basically gone because it'll burn itself out. So they're like, okay, we got to go find Nomak. So what they do is they jump in the sewers, they cover themselves in some stinky juice that make the Reapers love them, and they jump into the sewers to try and find them. Now, in the sewers, everyone splits up and goes their own
fuck
separate
up,
ways.
Brian.
You know, a couple of them die because they jump out of a manhole into the daylight, and that kills them. One of them
That was a beautiful scene.
yeah. One of them dies because he tries to beat up Whistler, and then Whistler outsmarts him by crawling away and leaving him to die.
He sprayed the pheromone.
Yeah, he sprayed the
Attracting
pheromones
the
to lure in the Reapers.
you
and then-
broke Brian. He's all fucked up. Last time I saw Brian laugh this hard, I was ordering pizza and I said, "Hey." And he fucking flipped. I said, hey, can I get a whatever? And he literally did that. I was like on the phone trying to order the pizza. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy laughing about? And he was doing the same bullshit.
I'm
It,
just
like,
glad
wasn't
you're having
funny.
so much fun writing this.
Yeah, this is a blast because now, then we join Blade and Ron Perlman
So anyway.
and the ninja couple as they're fighting some vampires. And
The ninja couple's dead at this point. You just told you
no,
just said they died.
No. Only dude dies. Ninja lady Nissa lives.
Oh, that okay. That
Yeah,
one. I'm sorry.
And Blade is
I thought you
super
were referring to
cool.
the couple, like,
Blade is
literally the
super
couple.
cool when he fights off all the Reapers, and he goes back to set off the crazy big bomb that blows all the Reapers up.
Light
But then-
bomb.
yeah, light bomb. It's a bomb of light. And then as they're escaping, he's able to save Lady Vampire Nissa's life by giving her some of his blood, and then boom, government vampires show up and they electrocute Blade and Whistler, and they take him captive. Oh, before they get Whistler, though, Nomak runs into Whistler and says, hey, bro, here's this ring, and here's a secret.
Oh, shit.
And he whispers it into Whistler's ear, and Whistler's like, oh, as he's whispering into his ear. And so
And so,
Blade, Whistler, and Scud are all captured by the vampire government and
Goddamn
taken
Scud.
back to the vampire capital where they're being
Not
held
yet,
prisoner.
man. Not yet.
oh, yeah.
And that's when Whistler reveals the deep dark secret. Nomak is actually the son of the vampire president, and he was an experiment. He was the vampires testing to weed out all the weaknesses of their bloodline. So he was
Saw that one coming.
trying to get rid of the weaknesses, but they're still weak to sunlight, and they still need blood.
Does Whistler reveal that, or does it just the
Well,
president?
no, Whistler reveals it, and then he throws the ring at him to also reveal that he's his
Pretty
son.
sure it's like the president reveals it.
No, Whistler tells Blade it. Trust me.
Okay.
No, Whistler.
Okay.
So,
I
but
mean, your
anyway-
track record is very poor
But
at
then
this
there's
point,
another
Kyle.
twist.
So.
There's another twist. Scud is a
He's a
bad
bitch.
guy.
He's a fucking bitch.
He's an asshole. Norman
Yeah.
Reedus betrays them. Spoilers.
Yeah.
And reveals that he was feeding information to the vampire government the whole time.
You just said spoilers.
After you spoiled it, you said Norman Reedus is a bad guy. Spoiler.
Well, there's gonna be more spoilers. Blade wins.
Blade wins.
So
So anyway,
he blows up Norman Reedus.
but anyhow,
He does. That is tight. He blows up.
into chunks of meat, and then Blade, and then it's the, and everyone's in the shit now. Everyone's in such bad shit. Whistler's getting beat up. Blade is strapped to a table and he's being bled dry.
yeah, it's getting all fucking stabbed and shit.
And sympathetic Lady Ninja Nissa is like, you know, totally being harassed by her dad and like given no love and care. So it's like everyone's in a shit spot, and then it's like Blade goes, "No, Mac," and lawyer guy's like, "Yeah, what about him?" And he's like, "He's gonna kill everyone." And lawyer guy's like,
fucking
"Yeah, well,
Batman
he has to find us, and he doesn't know where we are." And Blade's like, "He does now." And then all of a sudden, alarms start going off. It's Nomak, and he comes in. He just starts fucking killing everyone. And this gives Whistler the chance to escape. And Whistler frees Blade, and Blade jumps into a pool of blood, and it gives him like superpowers.
Regenerates, dude.
It's like super juices him, and he goes and he just kills fucking everyone. He just cracks skulls through helmets, and he fucking slices Ron Perlman in half vertically.
He fucking slices the shit out of Rob Perlman. His sunglasses still stay on.
Stay on. Vertically.
He's in half.
There's 2 Ron Perlmans for a brief moment.
Vertical half.
2
Yeah,
half
he's
Perlmans.
symmetrical.
Anyway,
But anyhow,
so Blade,
So-
Blade kills Ron Perlman, Nomak kills his dad, Blade kills Nomak, and then Lady Ninja Vampire kills herself in the sun, and then Blade kills the guy from the beginning of the movie.
yeah, and that's the end of the movie.
And then that's the end, and that's
Credits
Bla-
roll.
That is Blade 2.
Cool
And
ass
then-
song plays.
Yeah, and then if you have the VHS copy, there's a video afterwards.
that music video.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
And it's great because everything rounds up with a nice big bow. Blade is right back to where he started at the first Blade movie. Him and Whistler in a garage trying to kill vampires. It's great. Everyone's back where they started.
So my favorite character in this movie, actually I have 2 of them. Ron Perlman, obviously. He's probably my favorite character in any movie that he's been in because he's great.
It's true.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Never takes his sunglasses off. It's amazing. And then also I love Norman Reedus in this movie because it's like not a typical Norman Reedus part, which is what I love. Like because he's usually like the badass or whatever. And this one he's like the, you know, skeezy sidekick. Yeah. He's like he knows all this tech and
He
stuff.
he reminded me of Devon Sawa. Like
Yeah,
a
kind
lot.
of. Yeah.
Really? I thought Ed Furlong.
I mean,
Like, I was
they're
kinda
like
like-
all the same
Yeah,
same
people
thing.
basically.
He pulled it off great though. He had just the right attitude too,
Yeah.
of like being an arrogant prick, but then also knowing what he's doing and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But
I thought
also,
he was great.
B.
Yeah,
B, come on, B.
come on, B.
W, where
hey
you at?
W, how's the weather up there, W?
He's watching Powerpuff Girls in the beginning for some reason.
Yeah, he like quits working on the car. Like I better go take some time to watch some Powerpuff Girls now.
I read that that was supposed to be something else, obviously, and then they just they didn't have rights to it or something, so it's Powerpuff Girls.
You know, if we ain't got the rights, may as well
Weird
get.
thing to settle on. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I love him. I think he's great in the movie.
He is, and he's kind of like a Guillermo del Toro guy too, because
Yeah.
he was in Mimic, which is a Guillermo del Toro movie.
Never seen it.
You never seen
Yeah, I've
Mimic?
never seen it either. Actually, it's like the one Del Toro movie I haven't seen.
Really? It's a pretty fun one. Bugs grow giant and imitate people.
Yeah, it doesn't sound interesting at all.
It's pretty cool.
Sounds like The Thing.
Yeah,
Damn.
kind of.
Well, the bugs are way worse at
That's exactly
imitating
the
people than the Thing is.
What?
The bugs are way worse at imitating people.
Oh, okay.
than-
So they're just
It's
not
just
good
like
at-
definitely still a bug.
Yeah, it's like you're a bug. You're a bug,
cockroach
man.
in a fedora.
You're not far off. You're not far off. The cockroach it's like its body just looks like it's wearing a cloak, and then it has like a human face on its shell to make it look like a face.
Okay, enough about this movie. Unless
Yeah.
there's a sequel, we'll talk about it later.
It does have a sequel,
Okay, maybe.
but I don't think Del Toro did them. But anyway, Norman Reedus is great. I like all the characters except Blade. Really, I just felt like I don't know whether it's Snipes or the way he's written. I just felt like it's like he didn't really have much personality or much going for him. But I don't know who to blame for that.
I was down with Blade.
I just liked everyone around him more than him.
I can agree with that, actually.
I mean, see, that's one of the biggest problems I have with this movie because I will agree that like Blade didn't get much like kind of showtime except for like I mean that last action scene was like sick as fuck. But and what they did there for the time was like awesome. But I felt like this movie was like a couple like really great action sequences threaded by some really shitty story. That's how I felt about the whole thing. But like I loved the action sequences and I did like the characters, but like at the same time, like I liked Ron Perlman because I mean he became the character immediately. The other guys we like never got to know and they just kind of went by the wayside. I didn't care
who
about
gives a fuck
Nisa
about
at
them?
all because like
Except for Vince.
we
Vince
never
is the
got
shit,
anything
dude.
out of her.
Vince is also another
But-
great character in this.
Yeah.
Who's Vince?
Vince.
Damn it.
Vince, dude.
Which one?
Vince,
He was
McMahon?
from
the fucking dude from Fast and Furious.
yeah.
Vince. He was one of the other. God damn it.
I mean, you knew that they weren't gonna know
I
who the
know.
fuck that was.
Oh, and who's the guy? He was in the most recent Star Wars movie. He was
Yeah.
also Ip Man.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Dan.
Don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
He was the he was the ninja guy in the Star Wars
he's-
Rogue One,
well,
and he's also
I've
Ip
never
Man.
seen
He's the
any of
other guy
those.
with a sword in this movie, the Asian gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also the Ip Man. I didn't even know he was in this.
Yeah, I didn't either. It was nice to see. It was kind of cool.
No,
Um,
the Vince dude is the other dude with Ron Perlman. He was the guy with him that was like, you took one of ours, now we're gonna take one of yours.
Oh, yeah.
And then-
I was trying to think where the fuck I
Yeah.
recognized that
Fast
guy.
and the
fucking Vince.
Sorry, I just totally
Furious.
forgot about him because I hated him in this movie. I'm sorry.
Wow,
Like,
dude,
I
he was
did.
so good.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
Sure.
basically was
Amazing.
the same character
Yeah,
in every
it's
movie he's ever been
incredible.
in.
You are one cunt hair
Dude,
away.
honestly,
It's like
Blade
it's too
2
much,
is
man,
basically
too
Fast
much.
and the Furious with vampires, and it's amazing.
I really feel like this movie like lacked the like story and like character connections the first one did. Like
I
feel like
haven't
this was
seen the
all about
first one
set
in a long
pieces
time.
and like the team or whatever. But like I don't know. It never felt.
It's about family.
family.
It just never felt that cohesive, and we were just like given a lot of information at like one time, but it was just all filler shit, like blah blah blah. Like I feel like the story is really interesting, and I think the Reaper idea is like so cool, but I just felt like it was threaded just very awkwardly. But
I gotta give the movie that. I love the idea of a vampire to vampires, because then the tables are turned,
Yeah.
and you can tell how panicky and shit scared they are of this idea.
Shit scared.
But you can't. That's my like. So they go to Blade and they're like, Blade, dude, there's this like thing that's trying to kill not only us vampires, but like you too, human kinda, and your other human friends.
Daywalker.
He's a
dude.
daywalker.
It's
Yeah.
just
He is a
sorry,
vampire.
Daywalker. He's like they're trying to kill us all. Like we have a common enemy, and he's just like, okay. And it's
Well,
just
because
like,
he
all
wants
right.
them all dead. What does he give a
I know,
shit?
but he has like
he
no.
wants them all
he
dead.
has like no proof. These people just like show up and just like ran it, and then he just like goes and joins the fucking fight, and it's just.
Maybe because he's probably just like, well, if you're lying, I'm gonna kill you anyway.
Yeah, that's
So,
why
I mean,
fuck
yeah,
it.
he could
he
easily
brought
do
a
that.
giant
That's for
bomb
sure. That's for
Yeah.
to
sure.
detonate everything.
Yeah.
And these people have been training for like 2 years to kill him.
To be fair,
Well,
though,
he's
such a-
fucking Blade. God
He's Blade.
damn.
What the
Kyle,
fuck, dude?
Kyle
I
does
wanna
bring
know
up
what
a
they've
good
been
point.
doing.
No, he doesn't. Fuck him.
No, Kyle does bring up a good point in the idea that, like, what if there was no Nomak? What if there was no Reaper? And this was just a ploy to get.
to like get him in a corner.
Yeah,
Then
they're
he
like,
would've-
hey,
Then
Blade,
he would have
you-
killed
He would have
them.
blown them up. What are you
But I mean,
talking
like,
about?
But they get rid of him. Like, he goes with them, but it's like then there's no more Blade, and they lose the state capital. Like, big deal.
Because he kills them.
Well, yeah, but there's other. He doesn't kill every single vampire.
Yes, he
on
does.
Earth when he blows up that bomb.
He will.
He will. The whole point is that he's going to.
That's what he does.
He kills vampires. The fuck is wrong with you guys?
This is great.
I'm about to leave, dude. I'm about to go fucking blow off some
You
fireworks.
said everything.
But
you
I
said.
also love.
Basically,
I love the feeling of this movie in that we have like modern vampire setting, but then like behind the wall is ancient vampire stuff.
Yeah.
I love that kind of thing. It reminds me a lot of Vampire the Masquerade, which has had a few video games, but it's like there's this modern setting with modern vampires, and they're all just like, oh yeah, we use guns now because we're not idiots, and you know you need a gun,
Sure,
and stuff like that. But then meanwhile, it's like there's other echelons of vampires, or it's like behind the scenes, there's fucking like cabals and cults and sacrifices and chambers and weird hieroglyphs and stuff like that. But it's like meanwhile,
why can't you pronounce any word correctly?
but meanwhile they're carrying guns and they're talking about like what they're talking about reality TV and shit. And I love that. I love that
Yeah.
like modern vampire setting. But then they have like
Well, they live among us and they party.
Said that 3 times.
They party hard.
I just think
they
it's a
do.
really cool
I
idea.
agree. I like any movie that has like a vampire club scene.
Yeah.
Personally.
I'm assuming the like
And
history
Blade kind of
stuff.
has that locked down, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. The first one too, right?
Yeah.
The first one is incredible with
yeah.
that scene.
So-
Because you don't know. It's
Yeah,
like,
and then
oh
all of a
shit.
sudden the
See, like
fucking
that's
showers
that's
go
my
off.
problem with this movie though. Is like it takes things that like did really well in the first one, but like does them like less well.
Are you surprised? It's like you've never seen a sequel.
No,
before
but like
in your
here's
life,
my
'cause-
thing: is I'm just going on the fact that like, oh yeah, Guillermo del Toro handled this, and I can see
Yeah.
his influences. Like I think the Reapers were like all him, and like the history. Because if you look at the books he did in the series on FX, The Strain, it's the same shit. It's like exactly the same. It's
Yeah,
like,
there's also
it's
little
like
things
he's
that
like,
He just
oh,
remade-
Blade 2
He
didn't
just
work.
remade Blade again.
Well,
He's like,
kind of,
oh,
but
okay.
I feel like he's like it didn't. You know, this is just like a one-off thing. It didn't really work well. I can expand this kind of mythos and do it like you know better.
Yeah.
But
There's also bodysuits.
I mean,
with little
overall, like-
refracting eye apertures. That's
Refracting.
totally
Yeah, sure.
whatever. Well,
Is
eye
that
apertures.
racist right now?
Yeah,
They're
dude, what the fuck,
refracting.
dude? What the fuck?
So like, but I did have like
fuck,
I did have an epiphany during this movie. I'm like, I hate this soundtrack.
Why?
Because it's terrible, dude.
It's
fucking
good
terrible.
as fuck.
Anyway,
God,
so then
you're
I'm
such a
like,
mor- we
but
can't
then,
even
but then
talk
we go
about
to the
this. I'm
club
done
scene.
talking.
We go to the club scene where we hear the music and the vampires into it. I was like, oh my god, it's genius. The soundtrack is what vampires would listen to. So that's like what made it.
It was
okay
also
for
like
me.
2002,
No,
and that was
I'm aware of that. I know. And this is such an early 2000s, like late 90s,
Yeah.
early 2000s.
well, you
movie.
figure there's like four years between the movies. I think Blade was 98.
Yeah, and that's even like weird to think about.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't realize it was that long ago. Like Blade 2 was 2002 or 2003 or whatever. Certainly plays that way. But like this is like the last things I have to get out, just like initial feelings, but I loved some of the stuff that Del Toro did with the action.
Oh,
like,
the fight scenes were incredible.
dude, they were so fucking
Yeah.
good. And just some of like the camera movements, like falling like during this jump and stuff, and like it was clearly like CGI that we probably only seen in like really well in like Spider-Man at this point. But like we
No,
got it again, and I thought it
a lot
was
of
like
the CG
so
was like
fucking
really
good.
good for its
Yeah.
time, at
Well,
least.
even the
And you
the,
notice it's all
the
in
vampires
dark. They use it to
disintegrating
their-
looked great.
Yes.
Except for
Like-
the last one, that looked like
No,
shit.
Yeah, that was
But
like way overdone.
All of them getting shot and everything.
They looked
It
tight,
looked,
yeah.
they went real fast, and it looked really good.
It was
everything looked
a
great.
fucking fun time.
Yeah.
Like it made you like want to be in this
Like,
world.
one of my
Like,
favorite actually scenes is it was towards that when they're in the sewer shit or whatever it is,
Sewer shit.
where he sets off one of the
Put in your band
light
name.
grenades, and then it like slow-mo kills a bunch of them in
Yeah.
the water, and it
when he like jump out and he just starts fucking slicing
Yeah,
his every
yeah.
time. Oh my god,
It's so
I was
good.
like fuck. And there's like so many good moments like that. That overall, at the end of the day,
Way to go.
it made me did enjoy this movie. But like,
There, literally in your
as a
notes it says
whole, it's
vampire
not like-
disintegrations.
good vampire disintegrations and good ass fight scenes. I just
it's what it was, and I
Yeah.
think that's the really great part. Because again, I think the story and like any dialogue that happens between characters is just like, puh.
Except for Scud.
But you like Scott. But yeah, that's sorry. I'll let everybody else talk now.
I don't really want to talk anymore, so somebody
Well,
else talk.
I have to agree. I do. For me, I didn't really start liking this movie until about halfway through, because I wasn't that into the intro fight scene when he went to get back Whistler. I wasn't that into the fight between the ninjas, and I wasn't
Yeah,
that
that was okay, but-
into that fight between Blade and Nomak. So it's like I had like three.
The last fight between
No,
which
the-
I thought every
the
time
middle
him
one.
and Nomak met up was like good.
The middle one when they right after like the nightclub scene, he fights Nomak briefly in like a church or something.
Yeah.
And I wasn't into that either. And so I was like, man, it's like 3 of the 4 action sequences so far have been like pretty lackluster to me. But then they go to the sewer and the movie just turned on a dime for me.
Okay.
Everything that happened from the sewer on was just great to me. I love all the different things that are happening in the sewer, from the shit underwater to the light bomb.
Yeah.
And it's like with his blade and shit to the giant light bomb at the end and all the vampires are still disintegrating around him, to the shit that happens between the characters, because this was a moment when I was into what was going on between them, where it's like, oh, they're gonna beat the fuck out of Whistler, and we know one of them's a betrayer and stuff like that, and it was just all interesting and cool stuff, and it served a purpose. And then also when we end up back at the Vampire State Capitol and all this other shit gets revealed, and it's like, oh cool, the movie's finally wrapping up and we get to see where everything's going, and then there's action to go with everything, and it's good action.
Dude, that action was so fucking good.
And then yes, the computer effects, while I'm not a fan of computer effects from like the early 2000s, considering this was like not a guy in a suit and it was literally supposed to be Wesley Snipes, it looks pretty darn
Yeah.
good. It's not like it's not terrible,
No,
which
no.
which is fantastic. It's
Yeah.
noticeable, but that's the best you can ask for.
It's
at
kind of
the
like what we
time.
talked to when we talked about Starship Troopers 3, where like clearly they did most of their special effects in like really low lighting.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it kind of masked it a little bit. But yeah, I thought it totally worked in this, like for sure. And they just got to do fucking shit vampires should be able to do, right? Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't just be humans fucking fighting each other,
Yeah.
you know? And that is
see-
like one thing I think Del Toro for sure added to this was just like some really cool effects and just different things that we hadn't seen before at the time. Like, sure, we see it now, right? But then it like felt fresh.
I was gonna say you brought up the lighting. I liked a lot of the lighting in the movie. There was a lot of like dark and red or dark and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of red or blue lighting, and I really liked that.
No,
most
for
of it.
sure.
It was cool.
I also like the movie didn't pull too many punches with a lot of the like some of this terrible things that like there's that scene where one of the Reapers gets impaled with a sword, and the Reaper crawls up the wall, literally disemboweling itself.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like imply that happens. You literally start to see guts pouring out of him as he's
pretty
crawling
sick.
up the walls. I love that.
I love that.
A lesser movie would just like, make a moment where it's like, "Argh," and then it like pulls itself upward, and you might not see it, or it might not show the guts, but it's implied that, oh, this happened. But the movie shows it. It's like, no, guts would pour out. Let's see the guts. I love that the movie does that. And we see all this gross shit too when they're like prying the Reaper open, and one guy gets like half of his face cut off, and you see his brain and skull in there too. It's great.
It's no,
I
I think
just had to compliment how far the movie takes it at points, because one of the things I didn't like as much about Blade 1 is it felt like it didn't take it far enough at points. It's like, yeah, we see like these vampires blowing up and like by like blood coagulation or whatever like that, but it felt too fake and goofy looking.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas in this one, it's like a guy blows up into chunks of fucking meat, and it's funny.
Yeah.
But it's funny because of what happened right before then. That same death scene could happen in like a hardcore war reenactment movie, and it would have huge, heavy emotional impact. It looks just as good as that. Like, it's just as real and gross looking.
That is
I
like the
love it.
best gag in the movie, though. It really is. 'Cause, I mean, you go through the whole thing. He gets called Nipplehead at one point. Like, you know what I mean? You're constantly reminded that there's a bomb on the back of his head. And then for the ultimate payoff was just like, oh, so sweet, so worth it.
Mm-hmm.
so worth it.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, it's an alright movie. I don't know, man. I literally said my favorite. Like, I love fucking vampire fucking club scenes. Love that shit. Vince is tight. Ron Perlman's sick. Scud is awesome. I love that he betrays them and then he gets fucking exploded.
Yeah.
That shit is tight.
I like the one point he doesn't have a cigarette in his mouth. It's because he's eating a donut with a
Yes.
cigarette in his hand.
Yes. He's the shit, dude. And then I think my favorite scene is after Blade gets all fucked up and he falls in the big Kool-Aid pool of blood, and then he gets all fucking regenerated into a goddamn superhero.
Yeah.
And then he fucking beats everyone's ass and then cuts Ron Perlman in half with his sunglasses still on, and it's amazing. And then the movie sucks after that, in my opinion. I don't like that last scene where she's like disintegrating.
I thought it was terrible. It looks
disintegrating in the
terrible.
fucking-
Really?
It's just
I
like
like the very
it's too-
last scene where he goes back and kills the first guy.
I like that they added that too, because you know at the beginning he's like, "Oh, forget about you."
In,
Yeah,
in
it was
today's
nice.
in
It was a
today's
nice bookend.
movies, that would have been after the credits.
Post-credit,
Yeah,
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right, man.
yeah.
But
I
you guys-
like that.
so-
but that the
last
last scene,
scene.
it's like, all through the movie they all die fast, and I get it.
Why
it
the
was
fuck does she have to die so
well,
slow?
See, I think part of it is because it was a sunrise,
Yeah.
but it was still too slow. Like,
it was
I
just
don't-
dumb to
yeah,
me. I hated that scene.
Oh, you mean like you literally had a problem with how she disintegrated?
yeah, she
Oh,
she
okay.
went way too. I didn't care. I mean, the scene was fine. It was whatever. But like,
Disagree.
yeah, she was like, I want to see a sunrise
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
But like, she disintegrated way too slow, and I don't know if that
for
was
effect.
supposed
She was
to
just
be.
like flaking away.
Yeah.
It's like she
Yeah.
had dandruff
and
in
I
her
don't know
face.
if it was supposed to be because it was a sunrise or not, but
Probably
like
a
it
little
still
less harsh
doesn't.
and
I think it was just
efforts
because
and-
like she was such a, it was important, it was emotional, but
Yeah.
like yeah, I didn't like that.
I yawned
Gotcha. See,
during that part.
I like the idea of that scene, and they did it even better, in my opinion, in 30 Days of Night.
I never saw that.
Oh, you never saw that? It's the same. They kind of sacrificed themselves at the end, just disintegrate. But I liked it, but except there was no real emotional weight because these two we never really saw them care for. Like, I don't know why he did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I could get into gripes, that's
Yeah,
probably
that's a
one,
gripe.
Yeah, it's
I like the idea, but I just don't think any of the build-up made it make sense.
No, so much of this movie, it feels like nothing is happening to me. It feels like a bunch of nothing space. Like I said, you complained that the stuff in between the action scenes wasn't even there. Well, I was even during the action scenes for the first half of this movie, being like, "Oh wow, these aren't that great."
Really?
And then like the stuff happening in between, I was like, "Oh wow, this isn't that great." I was like, "This is really being carried by Ron Perlman and Norman Reedus right now," and Whistler's character as well, interacting with everyone. It's like it, and so I was just like, "Okay, I'm just gonna stick it through for like these three guys, these three amigos doing cool
or
stuff."
how about the podcast?
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna stop watching, but I mean, like, if I wasn't watching it for the podcast, this is the reason I would continue.
Sure.
But then at the sewers, it really picks up with the action scenes. But you're right. there's still nothing else. Like, we get some story revelations, we get some wrap up happening, and that's when I'm like, happy
But there's no
for it.
stakes. We just no, no
got
pun
him!
intended. There's no stakes. Like there's no reason we should
Vampire
care what
shit.
happens to
Yeah,
these characters
vampires.
in a way.
There
I
are
agree.
some stakes, but they never feel substantial.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, exactly. Like they're there to progress the plot, but
it's
they're not
literally
like,
just like one guy doing
connected
this
to
or one guy doing that. You never feel like there's ever like a big looming threat anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, it's such a comic book movie.
Well, comic book movies try so hard to get that threat in there. Like, how many fucking comic book movies have some kind of thing at the top of a tower that's going to turn everyone into blank? Like, that's like 8 different comic book movies. There's a thing on top of something that's going to hurt the entire city. And it's like, and they try to raise the
All I
stakes
can
for
think
that.
of was Batman Forever, but
Well, there's the first X-Men movie. There's
damn.
there's one of the Spider-Man movies did it.
all right, we get it.
There's a ton of them.
We get it, Mike.
But that's the
I
idea.
believe
Is
you.
like, oh, we raise the stakes by saying that there's
My
other
point was is
people
I don't
here.
like comic book movies. Okay, continue. But anyways, anyhow,
you
My
gotta-
point is that's a
dude,
cheap way to get people interested.
The parallel editing during that like club scene with like going to all the different other characters and seeing what they're doing, I loved every bit of that.
Yeah.
Where it's like
with
we were
the-
getting a
the
piece
gun
and
where
then
he was like, I could kill him right now, and then you see it.
Oh
Blade's,
my God.
Blade's just standing there with like his arms crossed,
got
and he's
you.
got the laser on him. Yeah, that was
Dude,
cool.
Like everything about that, like,
was really good.
I just love we get like these two characters, and then we switch to like the peril of these two characters, and we switch to the peril of these characters or whatever, and then back. I loved how that entire scene was like edited, that entire
Great. It's a great
sequence,
scene.
because it just got
Vampire
so many
clubs,
different
dude.
action
Yeah.
elements. In like
any
one.
scene in a vampire club is
Or
A-okay.
basically just like a
club.
goth club. Because like,
Yeah.
think about the club and the Crow.
No, yeah, it's a good scene.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I've never seen The Crow.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Jesus.
You ever
You
seen The Crow
honestly-
2?
Did you honestly?
Oh yeah, I
expect
love
him-
The Crow too.
Yeah.
No,
He
you
hasn't seen
don't.
I've never seen it. I'm sorry.
Should we do
I
that
mean,
for the
like I've
podcast?
seen
There's
bits,
4 of them.
I've seen bits
my
of The
God.
Crow, but it's been a while.
What?
Yeah, there's 4 crows.
Whoa.
Damn.
I mean, the first one's the only good one.
Yeah.
I believe it.
With Brandon Lee, rest
Yeah.
in peace.
R.I.P. homie.
But anyway,
Did he get
Blade.
killed on the set of
Blade.
It was
The
something
Crow?
Yeah,
like that.
it was supposed to be like
With a
a
prop
fake
gun.
bullet.
Yeah.
Got
But
shot, dude.
actually,
He got real shot.
Yeah.
it turns out it was a real gun. Someone brought a real gun on set, trying to come here. Look how real it looks. You can't tell which one's which. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry, I dropped them both.
I believe the story is like I think it goes back to like the manufacturing level. Like they were supposed to be blank bullets, but like
Something got stuck
something
in the
got fucked
chamber
up and they were like real bullets. I don't know.
Yeah, because the chamber still had like there's still a chamber to the gun that the flash comes out
Exercise
of.
those demons.
Oh my god, dude.
You all right, bro?
That fucked me up.
You just brought it on a head cold. Like, you're done.
I'll feel good.
Jesus.
But yeah, I basically want to like rewatch Blade 1 and I want to rewatch Blade Trinity after this because Blade's pretty tight. I won't watch that series though.
What series?
There was like a series for a while.
Oh,
They
really?
made it, yeah, like
I
a
did not know that.
11, 12 episode series.
Is
Jeez.
Snipes in it?
No.
Don't care then.
Yeah.
It can't be that good. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It was
Would you
like
read
back
the
in like the mid
comics?
2000s. So like, the CG's not up to par. Like nothing's going to be cool about it. What?
Would you ever think of reading the comics now?
I don't know. Are they supposed to be good? Anybody know?
I have
don't
no idea.
know. I don't know.
Like, did the movie make the character like way cooler? Like, I feel like that could be the circumstance. You
Probably.
know what I mean?
I don't know.
But I wouldn't mind if they revisited. I don't care if they reboot with like a different guy.
That would be
Me neither.
Kevin
yeah,
Hart.
I think
Kevin Hart.
Kevin
as
Hart
Blade.
would be
Oh my
fucking great. Or just do The Rock. Fuck it. The Rock could be in anything.
We're Somalian washing. I don't know.
Somalia washing. More like
What is
rock
he?
washing.
Rock
Like
washing.
rock can
Jesus.
play any
That's
role.
erosion.
Jesus.
I'm gone. I'm leaving.
He just turns around.
You can't really
Look at all
leave.
my shit.
Look at all my shit.
I know I had seen Blade before the movies as a kid because he made a cameo in some of the Spider-Man cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Spider-Man had a tangle with a couple different vampires.
Well, like
in the animated
Morbius.
series.
Morbius was the big one.
Yeah.
And then Blade and Morbius were like a thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
they were a couple.
Not like a couple.
Morbius
but
is a vampire, and so Blade was trying to kill him. But
Enemies.
Morbius
Yeah.
can be like a good guy. He's kind of
yeah,
like an
he's,
anti-hero.
yeah,
okay,
he's
okay.
that.
Okay.
But yeah, which also leads to what we brought up earlier is that this is a comic book movie.
Yes.
Before comic book movies were allowed to be good,
Amen.
and they're good.
Was this series
Amen.
before or it was after Spawn, right? Spawn was tight.
Well, the
I mean, it was
first
like
one-
bad, but
I don't know. It might have
I
been
don't
around
That's
the
know
such a
same
good
which one
fucking
came
point too.
first.
Another black guy
Yeah.
at the head of a comic
Yep.
book movie
Yeah.
back in.
now,
'Cause-
everybody hates black people now.
Yeah.
So back then they were fucking tight, apparently.
Well, 'cause
and
Blade was 98. I think Spawn was like right around that.
Had
Might
to
have been
be, yeah.
99.
I don't know which one came first, but they probably were both around the same
Yeah.
time. Because this was at the time when like the only real superhero movies were Batman and Superman. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
couple other
X-Men
attempts.
had
So one
come
was
out, yeah.
one was X-Men.
X-Men was
2000.
later,
Oh, okay.
and so the only other
Daredevil
superhero
and
movies
Elektra
at that point
and shit.
were like,
that was all
Yeah,
probably
that was
after
later.
2000.
That was post.
Yeah.
that was post X-Men. Everyone always cites X-Men as being like the start of the big superhero thing, but it's like Blade and Spawn were kicking it off before then.
That's so fucking true, man.
There were other like
now I wonder if
failed
they
attempts.
did they market like. Do you think they marketed Blade as like a Marvel
don't
movie?
think
Do
so.
you know what I
No,
mean?
no.
It's a
I think-
vampire.
No,
It's a
you weren't
horror
allowed,
movie, right?
You weren't allowed to because it was still comics weren't cool then.
Yeah.
Like
That's
now
so
it's
true.
Now it's cool. Like
So
you're allowed
true.
you're allowed to go into a comic store and be like, oh, I love this stuff. But like,
Spawn
Yeah,
was
shit.
97. Blade is 98.
oh
Wow.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Spawn had better soundtrack. And
That's-
that's very
John
true.
That is
Leguizamo.
so true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
as the Violator.
Who elevates fucking everything he's in?
He's great.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo was so
So anyway,
great.
yeah,
He's good.
Yeah, Blade. It's good.
When's he
yeah.
gonna be in a Marvel movie?
It's so good.
Yeah, you just like you weren't allowed to be into comics then, except for you were, So
Unless
like,
you're a fucking dork goth like you.
I want to
Yeah.
look into it because he is such a fucking awesome, complicated character. Like this movie, I don't think does the justice that Blade 1 does for him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But I don't
I
think
feel
this
like he
movie
kinda
was about
phoned in
Blade. It
some
was
stuff.
more about the world.
It was. I
Yeah.
agree. But yeah, so
the
it's-
vampire state capital.
You learn all
Oh,
about
my
the
God.
vampire
I do love
politics
that.
and the vampire
if you,
bureaucracy.
hey, if you guys do like fucking vampire like mythos like being established in our world, like the Strain really I can only attest for the first season, but I read the books. So good, The Strain. If you guys ever check that out.
And I'd recommend the Vampire the Masquerade video games because they do the. Speaking of video games, Dave, last time you said you wish Army of Darkness was a video game.
Yeah.
I wish Blade was a video game.
That'd be
I'm
cool.
watching this and I'm like,
there
this
is
would be
one.
such
There
a.
is one.
There's a Blade 2 video game that came out with
What?
this movie.
Oh,
It's on like
really?
the PlayStation 1. It looks terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet.
At the beginning of my movie, there was an ad for it.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome!
Oh, man.
Yes, in stores this
Yeah.
summer.
It looked terrible.
But I'm seriously watching this and I'm just thinking like, oh, this would be so cool because it would play like Infamous or some other kind of superhero
Yeah.
sandbox game, but you'd be fucking Blade going around killing
Yeah.
Dude,
vampires.
I forgot about Infamous.
Sick.
Yeah.
That was a decent game.
Yeah, it was
That was,
pretty
that
good.
was fun.
It's like Prototype. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, see all those superhero sandbox games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put Blade as one of those.
I just now became a gamer, so I don't know what you guys
Yeah.
are talking about.
You'll get into it, bro.
All right.
You'll get into it, bro.
But yeah, dude, I really loved. I love this world, and that's why I think I give this movie kind of more of a pass as far as like again I have a lot of problems with like how it was tied all together, because I really think like to me what if I had to think about it, I know nothing about the history of this movie, but like I feel like it was like a half developed script that Guillermo del Toro then came on and like made the best movie he could
He
out
came
of it.
on it.
He's just like this will do, but you know what I mean. Like I don't feel like the script was totally there. And then he just like came on and got attached to it.
Came on it. He keeps
Stop
coming
saying
on
that.
it.
Attached to it.
How many damn
But you know what I
times
mean? I
did he
think
come
he
on
made the
it?
best. I think he made the best movie he could out of the material he probably had to work with. That's the
material
only thing I
he
can assume
jizzed
because he
onto
is
the
like
script.
honestly one of
I was
today's
thinking,
greatest
Dave.
directors. So
Yeah. But he did. I mean, it's good.
no, I just don't think it's like perfect. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't think it's
it's
like
not
great
at all, but
it was,
Name
it was
a
good
perfect movie.
Name a perfect movie.
RoboCop.
Besides Firework.
Fate of the Furious.
Okay.
I was gonna say, haven't we already established RoboCop's
Oh
a
yeah,
perfect movie?
RoboCop
Oh, yeah,
is the
RoboCop.
one, but like
Yeah.
he doesn't like RoboCop that much, so
But that doesn't mean it's not perfect.
Don't judge me.
he doesn't. Man. I remember we went and saw the remake together, and then he literally said to me, I'm gonna quote him. He said, "I like that more than the original."
Whoa!
Yeah, he's
Oh
a fucking
my
piece
God.
of shit.
Are you
Okay,
sure
wait.
you didn't mishear that?
To
That
be
can't be an
honest,
exact
okay.
quote.
To be honest, that movie is so okay that I don't really remember it, and I might have been just being a dick. But like,
I mean,
I
that
don't
is
know.
a thing
that does
you
sound
would
like
do.
a dick move.
Yeah.
Kind of would do.
I just remember like because Dave like obviously really loved it, and obviously there's a ton of fans. So maybe it was like overhyped for me. So then when I actually watched it, I was just like, okay, you know. But I don't know.
I mean,
It's definitely a fun movie. I'm not gonna lie.
it's the greatest movie that's ever
And-
been made. So
Yeah,
it's
Paul
a true
Verhoeven
story.
is like awesome as fuck. So
Oh, I just noticed you're wearing a RoboCop T-shirt.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there it is.
sick.
one of 6 of his RoboCop T-shirts.
I don't actually have that many.
He has
you have more than one though, at
probably.
least, right?
I don't know. I,
I mean, you have the Graph Orlac one. Does that count? Does that count? as
yeah,
a-
that counts.
So two.
Dude,
Yeah.
where's the RoboCop tattoo from you, Brian?
I don't.
or
I
like
don't-
Alien or
Coming
something.
soon. Dot, dot, dot.
Predator.
Now that I have money, I'm probably gonna do some
There you
stuff.
go.
We've been talking about it. I'm gonna get. You know how you see like old guys. that have on their forearms.
We're in the
faded.
military.
Yeah, generally it's like an eagle or a wolf, and it's all faded and it looks terrible.
Sure.
I love that, and I want one.
Okay.
Can you get like a pre-faded
I was
tattoo?
can I
just
get-
about to ask.
You gotta
make
get like
it
a
look
green
it-
ink.
I've had for years.
But I've been trying to decide what animal. Like it's got to be.
I told him dragon. But
Yeah.
he didn't fucking-
Platypus.
No,
Shut
it's
the
got to be
fuck
like
up.
vicious.
Platypus has poison barbed in its foot.
Jesus Christ.
It's the only mammal that has venom.
You didn't expect an argument. Yeah, I mean, like I would do like a wolf sounds tight.
I already went over all my shit pretty much.
I'm just reading it.
Oh.
What about
Dude, a saber wolf.
You could do it. That's a
Fuck.
good idea. That's a really good idea, actually.
a saber-toothed tiger?
Saber wolf, man.
What about
Saber wolf.
I feel like it is your spirit animal.
I don't know. We'll think about it.
I hope so. Don't make any rash tattoo decisions. Like
the only way
your
to do it,
addict's tattoo.
honestly.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it.
No, I'm all for like rash tattoo decisions.
You have none of us have tattoos except for Brian.
Yeah, I know, but I'm all for people like people
Oh,
always.
as long as it doesn't affect your life.
Well, no, people are always like, "Oh, don't get a tattoo. It's gonna stick with you forever." It's like, yeah, go get a tattoo. It's gonna stick
Gives
with
a
you
fuck.
forever.
cares?
Yeah.
Gives a shit.
It's a good story. It's always a good story, right? Well, not
I
always,
don't
but-
care if they mean anything.
Okay.
Just make it look cool.
My thought is, you cared enough to get a tattoo of it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
It's like it's like don't this whole like burden of you're gonna be stuck with it for the rest of your life. No, at that moment you cared enough to get a tattoo. That moment will always.
That's
exist.
really fair
that
because
moment always happens.
Brian, I feel like his body is like a history book of his musical taste.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like he's
He
got
has a switchblade
Yeah.
tattooed on him.
right,
Yeah.
but it's just like stuff that I don't know necessarily. If you listen to all the
Dude.
bands you have tattoos of,
Was it last weekend we were at Five Guys? The oldest woman that's ever existed in the
Oh
world.
my
worked
God.
there.
Ugh.
She walks up. We're eating burgers. She walks up, lifts his fucking sleeve, and goes, "I like that one." And then he's
She
just like,
had
"What the
a-
fuck?"
She was disgusting, and she worked there.
Yeah.
And she
Oh
kept,
my god!
she kept like hovering around us.
She came back and she like picked up my phone. She's like, "How do you work these things? Are they
you
good or
serious?
whatever?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "They're pretty."
This
it's a
is
good
my
phone."
nightmare.
Yeah.
You guys
She-
are describing things I have nightmares
she
about.
Yeah,
touched
it was
your guys'
awful.
oh.
Yeah, and she had a huge mustache.
And she like her eyes were like going different ways and shit, and it was all fucked
I'm
up.
pretty sure you met a witch.
She might have been a witch, honestly.
probably.
Yeah, when you said that she worked there, that's like you can't get out now.
No.
like you're
No.
stuck. Like it. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
We're just trying to eat.
Yeah.
And it's like
Trying to eat burgers,
because
dude.
all the other people there are tight. There's a dude that like just sings a lot
Yeah.
while he's cooking. He's tight.
Maybe
Like
she
out of
was a
tune,
witch.
like terrible
Oh
singing,
yeah,
like
but
not
he does
good.
not care.
he doesn't
he like
give
loves
a
his
shit.
job.
Yeah,
He's
that's
all,
awesome.
I
That's
am
awesome
the
to hear.
bull god.
Yeah.
It's a Kid Rock song, if you guys didn't know. Apparently, no one knew that was a Kid Rock song.
Oh, nice.
That's
Thanks,
like,
Dave.
That's like
for
one
the-
of his. It's like one of his best
for the
songs.
for the trivia of the day.
So we kind of did our history for these movies, right? Like kinda, right?
Yeah, I have
mean-
absolutely no history with these
Yeah.
movies.
Okay.
Like
Yep.
none.
I think
I
while
think
we were
I've seen the
talking
first
about it, we
one.
mentioned
Yeah.
Maybe. I think
I mean, I've never seen.
Oh, you're not even sure?
I've never seen Trinity, and I was going to pick Trinity for this, but then I was like, oh, I don't have it, so I can't watch it, and I don't feel like looking for it, so I'll do two.
Okay. I do want to. I do eventually want to do Trinity down the road. Maybe
I wanna
maybe I'll
watch
just
it at
watch
least.
because it's
myself,
got
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds in it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Dave, okay, so in the first one, the dude from I can never think of his name, but he's in Terriers, Grounded for Life.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Red-haired dude. Oh, he's so tight.
The dad.
Yeah, and Grounded for
he has,
Life.
he has
yeah.
a weird name. Fuck, I just looked this up too.
Because he's awesome. He is like the Ron Perlman of Blade 1.
Yeah.
And he's just so fucking
Donald
good.
Logue or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. It's
He has a
it's
fucking
something-
weird
it's-
name.
Yeah. He's
I don't
so
know what
awesome.
you're talking
If you
about.
saw him, I swear to God, you'd immediately recognize him.
That's a good show too. Grounded for Life.
Him.
Dude, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
The only things I remember from Blade 1 is the intro scene where it's like the showers rain blood.
Yeah, it's
on
the
everyone.
rave.
The dad from Grounded from Life is in it, and then the obese vampire. Those are the only things I remember from the first movie. Oh, and some vampires explode.
Oh, the obese vamp. Dude, that shit was tight, dude. This guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yeah,
he's
he's fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah,
shit.
he's great in that movie.
He's like classic
and the
TV
villain,
dad.
Yeah.
dude, the villain, Stephen
Frost.
Dorff as the villain is so good,
Yeah.
so good.
I've always you guys have heard the stories of how Wesley Snipes acted on Blade 3, right? How he was like super difficult to work with
Nope.
during the
Oh,
filming
no,
of Blade
no.
3. There are stories of how during Blade 3 he wouldn't let people refer to him by the name of Wesley Snipes.
They had to
while
call him
were-
Blade?
They had to call him Blade.
It's amazing.
I mean,
Yeah,
don't a lot of actors do that shit?
It's a lot of times, yeah.
I guess maybe at that point in time it was like weird. I feel like a lot of guys do it now.
But also, he
Call
would
me
only
Blade.
communicate with like he wouldn't ever talk directly to like either the director or the producer either. He would always have someone relay the messages, or he would leave them written notes. He would never talk to them directly. And apparently, he was like super prima donna too. Like he wanted to have the biggest, the biggest trailer out of everyone. Like he would refuse to
Well, I
have
mean, he deserves
an
it on
equal or
those
less.
movies.
I mean, I could see
He's
that.
Blade.
Yeah.
But I just mean like
His character's name is the title
I've
of the
only
movie.
ever heard these stories about Wesley Snipes from Blade 3. And I have to wonder, like, if he had that kind of stuff going on in other movies, or if it's like by the time of Blade 3, if he just felt like, no, this movie's all about me. I am this movie. You can't do this movie without me.
Well, that's
I mean, he might have a Twitter. You could tweet him.
true. I believe
He's
he
out
has
of
an
jail
Instagram.
now, right?
Yeah, he's been out of jail for a little while, I think.
Okay.
I believe he has an Instagram, so you
Yeah.
could DM him.
Cool. I'll send him a message. I'll say, hey, Wesley Snipes, were
You difficult
Yeah.
on
were you
the other
difficult to
movies
work
or
with
just on
in the
Trinity?
earlier Blade movies, or was
Yeah,
it just
I think that's a
Blade?
fair question. I think you could write him a letter, maybe.
Call me Blade. I just
Also,
I just
yeah,
like that.
Dear
I just like
Blade.
that.
Then you're like,
I hate
P.S. I loved
vampires.
you in Demolition Man.
Yeah, you were sick in that movie.
There you go. Dude, he was like a really good action star.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
very
For
good.
sure.
He's great.
I forget about him because
guys
he
wanna-
he had such an empty slate lately.
You guys want to talk about how we feel about this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we hit all the points.
I mean, I hit all my points.
I hit
Like
all-
I
I
said,
hit all
Ron
mine.
Perlman, Scud, Vampire Club, Pool of Blood, Kool-Aid. Wesley Snipes kicking ass. That's
About
my that's
20, 30 minutes.
that's what?
I said that was about 20, 30 minutes
Oh.
worth of movie.
Yeah, I mean it's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I liked it. I didn't love
Is it going to be a thumbs up or a thumbs down, though?
I'm gonna say, ding 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 ding.
Let's start with
ding.
Brian, then.
Let's start with Brian.
Yeah, I'll start. I mean, I'm a thumbs up going off of Blade 1. On its own, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like as I coming off of that, it's good. It's very good. Like, just it's fucking fun. It's a lot of action and shit. It's
It
just
is fun.
good. It's just a very fun movie.
Amen. I would absolutely have to. I would jump off right what Brian said exactly. Like, I don't think this movie is good standing on its own, but if you're like into the character and you're into the story or the world that Blade sets up, this is totally fun. I'll give it a thumbs up.
Let me go before you, Mike. I'm gonna also give it a thumbs up. Not even jumping off of the first. I just think it's a fun movie, regardless. I just think it's fun, good fun, early 2000s fun, cool fucking. I like the soundtrack. Fuck you.
Soundtrack's good.
Yeah, man. Fuck you. Eat my ass.
Dude, vampires.
Vampires are sick, dude.
I
Yeah,
was gonna assume every band was actually vampires.
I mean, they were. They were. That's a fact.
They still
see,
they
good
still
then.
are technically. They're
Yeah.
like they're forever.
Yeah. You don't die.
Cool.
We don't die. Only Brian gets that. And my juggalos out there. Yeah, thumbs up for me, Mike.
All right. Well, mine's a 51%, but that's 1%.
Thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up.
God damn! All thumbs up for Blade 2.
I did not expect
I'm
that.
very good at
Well,
picking
it's
movies.
Again,
again, it's because
Is that your record? All thumbs up?
I think
all?
so, right?
I
What was the other
didn't-
one you did? Predator 2?
Yeah.
I give Predator
was
2 a
that-
down.
Oh, you
yeah.
gave it a down?
You're a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, you are a moron. So.
It's a 51% for me. Like, I really didn't start enjoying the movie about halfway through, but after that, I was totally into it. I loved the action scenes after that. I loved the stuff going on in the story too after that. I was into everything after that. It's just I had to sit through the first half to get there. But 51% is still better than not. Thumbs up.
That's very true. 4 goddamn thumbs up for Blade motherfucking
I
goddamn
did not
heckin' 2.
imagine that.
I
Are
didn't
we
either.
all like in the
Did.
51% camp, or is that just
I'm
me?
higher.
I'm a little higher.
Yeah,
than
I'm
that,
higher than
yeah.
51, but I'm definitely like.
It's higher, but
I'd say
it's
lower
right-
than 75.
Yeah, it's riding off of Blade 1, though. You have
Exactly.
to have enjoyed
Key.
that to get into it, and then you're like, yeah, I make it.
I don't even remember Blade 1 though, so.
But I'm just
I'm
saying,
just
like-
saying, like it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually remember playing. Is that the correct term? Having an imagination as a child, and just like I literally took my dad's old shirt, cut a hole in it so I could put the sword in.
I hate this story. It's making me very mad.
Why?
And then you fell off your deck on rollerblades and broke your arm. Is that the end of the story?
No, that would have been afterward. Damn, that's how young. Oh fuck. All right, anyway.
Damn.
Anyway, though, Blade 2, we liked it.
We
You
liked
should
it.
too, kind of. But definitely check out the first one first.
Maybe.
First one
I don't
first?
know. I don't even remember it. I'm just saying,
I
it's a
mean,
fun fucking movie,
yeah, I mean,
man.
I guess you don't have to, but I think you would enjoy it more.
Yeah.
If you had watched it recently.
And let us know how Trinity is, because I want to rewatch
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it again.
Let me know.
I'm gonna watch it for
For
the
the
first time.
again.
I just
For the
watched
first time,
Starship
yeah.
Troopers for the first time yesterday.
Really?
First fucking time. He is
Did you enjoy
45
it?
years
Yeah, it was
old.
good.
And
Yeah.
I
It's
am
fun,
not
right?
45. I mean, almost. But fuck.
it's just weird that you haven't. It's like mind blowing that you haven't seen that movie. It's
just- I don't know.
Verhoeven.
Yeah,
There's big bugs.
yeah.
You're
it was good.
45.
It was good. I'm just saying. Like, I just somehow never watched it.
You're too busy being a goth when it came out.
Yeah.
That laugh, that was the laugh of acknowledgement. Yeah.
I was watching the Crow.
Yeah, man.
And Natural Born Killers
Every
day.
day. He fucking threw that on me today. He watched The Crow and Natural Born Killers every day for like how long? A
No,
month
a couple
or something?
months.
You were like the type of person that parents worried about.
Yeah, dude. That's what I
around,
said.
Like,
I said those are
Columbine.
red flags, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And I loved Marilyn Manson. I still do.
Hey,
Let's
there's nothing
fuck it.
wrong with Marilyn
Fuck
Manson.
He's pretty good, man. He's a pretty good musician.
And he's also just like a cool guy.
I've never met him, so I don't know.
Oh,
it. Don't act like you met him.
just me then.
He might be a dickhead.
I mean, he seems like a cool
I
guy.
heard he got a rib removed so he could suck his own dick.
Is there any validity to that?
No, it's not real.
Okay, it's not true at all.
Jesus.
That's not what I heard.
Well, I mean, like, it's
was
been
on the
passed around
internet.
so much.
The
there
guy
has
at
to be
Sam
some
Goody
truth
told
to
me
it.
that, so it's
Yeah,
got to
man.
be true.
I got Sam Goody in 1999 told me that.
that was out before the internet was even around, really. So like,
Yeah, man, that's
it's
real.
gotta be true.
It's totally real.
Damn.
Fuck.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
That's
a
it. That's
good-
all.
That's the best ending you could get.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson sucking his own dick.
Oh, what you